Gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds, towards Phoebus' lodging. Such a Wagner as Phaeton would whip you to the west and bring in cloudy night immediately. Spread thy close curtain, love-performing night, that runaways' eyes may wink and Romeo leap into these arms untalked of and unseen. Come, night, come, loving, black-browed night, give me my Romeo, and when I shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night and pay no worship to the garish sun. Oh, I have bought the mansion of a love, but not possessed it, and though I am sold, not yet enjoyed. So tedious is this day as is the night before some festival to an impatient child that hath new robes and may not wear them. Oh God, here comes my nurse, and she brings news, and every tongue that speaks but Romeo's name speaks heavenly elements. Now, nurse, what news? What hast thou there, the cords that Romeo bid thee fetch?
Aye, the cords.
Ay me, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hands?
He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. We are undone, lady. We are undone. Nay, he's gone. He's killed. He's dead.
Hath Romeo slain himself? Say thou but I, in that bare vowel, I shall poison more than the death-darting eye of cockatrice. If he be slain, say I. If not, no. Brief sounds determine my weal or woe.
I saw the wound. I saw it with mine eyes. God save the mark here on his manly breast. A piteous course, a bloody, piteous course. Pale, pale as ashes, all bedaubed in blood, all in gore blood. I swooned at the sight.
Oh, break my heart. Poor bankrupt, break at once to prison eyes, ne'er look on liberty, vile earth to earth resign, end motion here, and thou and Romeo press one heavy bier.
Tybalt, the best friend I ever had. Honest Tybalt, courteous gentleman that ever I should live to see thee dead.
What storm is this, a blow so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered and is Tybalt dead, my dearest cousin and my dear lord? Then dreadful trumpets sound the general doom, for who is living if those two are gone?
Tybalt is gone, and Romeo banished. Romeo that killed him, he is banished.
Oh God, did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
Did. Oh, did, alas, the day it did.
Oh, serpent-hearted with a flowering face, did ever a dragon keep so fair a cave? Beautiful tyrant, fiend, angelical, just opposite to what thou justly seemst. Damned insane and honorable villain, oh, that deceit should dwell in such a gorgeous palace.
No trust, no faith, no honesty in men. All perjured, all forsworn, all not, all dissemblers! Where's my man? Give me some aquavitae! These griefs, these woes, these sorrows make me old. Shame come to Romeo.
Blistered be thy tongue for such a wish. He was not born to shame. Upon his brow shame is a shame to sit, for 'tis a throne where honor should be crowned sole monarch of the universal earth. What a beast I was to chide at him.
Will you speak well of him that killed your cousin?
Shall I speak ill of him that is my husband? Oh, poor my lord, what tongue shall smooth thy name when I thy 3 hours wife have mangled it? But wherefore, villain, didst thou kill my cousin? That villain cousin would have killed my husband. Back, foolish tears, back to your native spring. Your tributary drops belong to woe, which you mistaking offer up to joy. My husband lives that Tybalt would have slain, and Tybalt's dead that would have slain my husband. All this is comfort. Wherefore weep I then? Some word there was worser than Tybalt's death that murdered me. I would forget it fain, but oh, it presses to my memory like damned guilty deeds to sinners' minds. Tybalt is dead, and Romeo banished. That banisheth, that one word, banisheth, hath slain 10,000 Tybalts. Tybalt's death was woe enough if it had ended there, but with a rear word following Tybalt's death, Romeo is banished? To speak that word is Tybalt, father, mother, Romeo, Juliet, all slain, all dead. There is no end, no measure, limit bound in that word's death. No word can that woe sound. Where is my father and my mother, nurse?
Weeping and wailing over Tybalt's corse. Will you go to them? I'll bring you thither.
Wash they his wounds with their tears? Mine shall be spent when theirs are dry for Romeo's banishment. Take up those cords. Or ropes you are beguiled. Both you and I for Romeo is exiled. He made you for a highway to my bed. But I am made, thy maiden widowed. Come, cords. Come, nurse, all to my wedding bed, and death, not Romeo, take my maidenhead.
I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I wot well where he is. Hark you, your Romeo won't be here at night. I'll to him, he's hid at Lawrence's cell.
Oh, find him. Give this ring to my true knight, and bid him come to take his last farewell.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself and see how he will take it at your hands.
When the sun sets, the earth doth drizzle dew. But for the sunset of thy brother's son, it rains down light. How now, a conduit girl, but still in tears? Ever more powering in thy little body, thou counterfeits a bark, a sea, a wind. For still thy eyes, which I may do call the sea, do ebb and flow with tears. The bark thy body is, sailing in this salt flood, the wind thy sighs, who raging with thy tears, and they with them, without a sudden calm will overset thy tempest-tossed body. How now, wife? Have you delivered to her our decree?
Aye, sir, she will have none. She gives you thanks. I would a fool were married to her grave.
Soft, take me with you. Take me with you, wife. How will she none? Does she not give us thanks? Is she not proud? Is she not count her blessed? Unworthy as she is, that we have wrought so worthy a gentleman to be her bride.
Not proud you have, but thankful that you have. Proud can I never be of what I hate, but thankful even for hate that is meant love.
How? Chopped logic, what is this? Proud, and I thank you, and I thank you not, and yet not proud? Mistress minion, you thank me no thankings, no proud me no proud. But fettle your fine joints against Thursday next, to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag thee on a hurdle thither. Out, you green sickness carrion, out, you baggage, you tallow base.
What, are you mad? Good father, I beseech you on my knees, hear me with patience, but to speak a word.
Hang thee, young baggage, disobedient wretch. I tell thee what, get thee to church on Thursday, or never after look me in the face. Speak not, reply not, do not answer me. Oh, my fingers itch. Wife, we scarce thought us blessed that God had lent us but this only child. But now I see this one is too much, and that we have a curse in having her. Add on her Hilde.
God in heaven bless her. You are to blame, my lord, to rate her so.
And why, my lady wisdom, hold your tongue. Good prudence, smother with your gossip skill.
I speak no treason. May not one speak?
Peace, you mumbling fool. Utter your gravity over a gossip's bowl, for here we need it not.
You are too hot.
God's bread, it makes me mad. Day, night, hour, tide, time, work, play, alone in company. Still my care hath been to have her matched. And having now provided a gentleman of noble parentage, a fair demeans, youthful and nobly lined, stuffed, as they say, with honorable parts, proportioned as one's thoughts would wish a man. And then to have a wretched puling fool, a whining mammet in her fortunes tender to answer, I'll not wed, I cannot love, I am too young, I pray you pardon me. But an you will not wed, I'll pardon you. Grace where you will not house with me. Look to it, think on it, I'll not use to jest. Thursday lay near, lay hand over heart, advise. And you be mine, I'll give you to my friend. And you not hang, beg, starve, die in the streets. For by my soul I'll never acknowledge thee, nor what is mine shall do thee any good. Trust to it, bethink you, I'll not be forsworn.
Is there no my grief. Oh, sweet my mother, cast me not away. Delay this marriage for a month, a week, or if you do not make the bridal bed in that dim monument where Tybalt lies.
Talk not to me, for I will not speak a word. Do as thou wilt, for I have done with thee.
Oh, God. Oh, nurse, how shall this be prevented? My husband is on earth, my faith in heaven. How shall that faith return again to earth unless that husband sended me from heaven by leaving earth? Comfort me. Counsel me. Alack, that heaven should practice such stratagems upon so soft a subject as myself. What sayest thou? Hast thou not a word of joy? Some comfort, nurse?
Wait, here it is. Romeo is banished, and all the world to nothing, that he dares ne'er come back to challenge you. Or if he did, it needs must be by stealth. Then, since the case so stands as it now doth, I think it best you married with the county. He's a lovely gentleman. Romeo's a dish-clout to him. An eagle, madam, hath not so green, so quick, so fair an eye as Paris hath. Beshrew my very heart, I think you are happy in the second match, for it excels your first, or if it did not, your first is dead. Or 'twere as good he were as living here, and you no use of him.
Speakst thou from thy heart?
And for my soul too, else beshrew them both.
Amen. Oh, thou hast comforted me marvelous much. Go in and tell my lady I am gone, having displeased my father to Lawrence Hill to make confession and to be absolved.
Mary, I will. And this is wisely done.
Ancient damnation, O most wicked fiend! Is it more sin to wish me thus forsworn, or to dispraise my lord with that same tongue that she hath praised him with above compare so many thousand times? Go, counselor. Henceforth thou and my bosom shall be twain. All to the friar to know his remedy. If all else fail, myself have power to die.